10 ways rich people benefit from a recession. A recession can be defined as a business cycle contraction when there is a general decline in economic activity. It typically lasts more than a few months, occurs after the economy reaches a peak of activity, and ends as the economy reaches its trough or trough. Its impact can be seen on employment, production, income, GDP, and other aspects of life. Contrary to popular belief, recessions are an economic reality, or is an economic reality, and one is on its way either this year, the year after, or in a few years. They typically start before anyone even knows they are happening and end before economists have enough data to know how they are done, thus making them more difficult to predict. Since the end of the Great Recession or the Great Depression, there have been 13 recessions in the US, and 9 of those were less than 1 year in duration. So, as you can see, they occur for a short amount of time, although they can be very disastrous. The impact a recession has on someone's life solidly depends on his or her level of preparedness and the vehicles or tools he or she has implemented to survive through such time. Therefore, it has the potential to be much bigger and longer lasting. Could potentially cause heavy financial damage to those who aren't prepared to experience a downfall and quickly get back on their feet. Many people till this day haven't recovered from the last recession and aren't ready for the upcoming one. Dear future entrepreneurs and moguls, here are 10 ways rich people benefit from a recession. Number 1. Buy more government bonds. A government bond is a type of debt-based investment where you loan money to a government in return for an agreed rate of interest. Governments use them to raise funds that can be spent on new projects or infrastructure, and investors can use them to get a set return paid at regular intervals. Bonds can contribute an element of stability to almost any diversified portfolio, as they are a safe and more conservative investment. They provide a predictable stream of income when stocks perform poorly, and they are a great savings vehicle for when you don't want to put your money at risk. Number 2. Amass stocks at the lowest price. The primary appeal of the stock market investing during a recession is the potential for capital gains, which describes the value of an asset rises, or the value at which an asset rises. Typically, during a recession or an economic crash, the value of most stocks drops drastically. Such events make inexperienced investors uncomfortable and worried, thus leading them to sell, if not all, most of the assets in their portfolio. Instead of panicking and selling everything like beginners, the rich keep their current assets intact and purchase more stocks at a cheaper price to increase the value of their portfolio, knowing that when the market bounces back to normal, the investments in their portfolio will be worth more, thus raising the value of their net worth. Number 3. Renegotiate everything. Negotiating can help you get what you want, especially when the strength of the parties is unbalanced and the other side has more power, money, information, or other leverage. Everyone likes to spend less and keep more. The rich too. During recessions, the wealthy spend more time renegotiating the terms of several contracts, revising their policies, and making the appropriate changes. Rewriting potential contracts, getting in touch with agents and business partners, replying to unanswered messages, and etc. By renegotiating nearly everything, the wealthy can find loopholes or hidden clauses that will allow them to increase their returns, free up money to set aside, or to invest in more assets. Get in contact with potential customers and investors, learn more about their area of business, and get great quotes. Number 4. Buy real estate cheaply. Everyone is aware that real estate is one of the best investments one can have in his or her portfolio. Real estate can generate positive cash flow and can be a good long-term investment if the value of the assets increases over time. The pro to buying a house during a recession is that housing prices are lower, so buyers can afford to purchase homes that may have been out of reach for them before. Economic recessions typically bring low interest rates and create an abundance in the market of properties and lands. As long as you're secure about your ability to cover your mortgage payments, a downturn can be an opportune time to buy a home. Number 5. Borrow money with low interest rates. Interest rates tend to go down during a recession, as many governments take action to limit the downfall in the economy and stimulate its rise. Low interest rates can promote growth by making it cheaper to borrow money and less advantageous to save it. As a result, companies may borrow to invest in their business, and individuals may look for ways to take advantage of low rates. The wealthy take advantage of the opportunity that the economy is at a standstill by borrowing more money with little to no interest. This allows them to quickly and effectively renegotiate nearly anything without much of a hassle. Number 6. Hire more people for cheap. During recessions, most businesses tend to lose a lot of money. In order to reduce their cost, most employers will reduce their workforce drastically, thus leading to more people being out of jobs. Throughout the whole recession, more people will lose their jobs and will be forced to look for other sources of income to help them pay their bills and survive. The rich seize this opportunity and hire more professionals to work for them at a cheaper price. The more people are desperate to find a job, the cheaper it is for companies to do business. Number 7. Stock up on raw materials. During a recession, the prices of most raw materials tend to go down. However, both people and businesses stop buying them as they don't have immediate need for them. The rich use such time to accumulate a lot of raw materials, for they are being sold at a lesser price than usual, and save them somewhere safe for later. After the recession has passed, the wealthy put back the raw materials on the market when the demand and price for them have come back to normal or have risen up in value, thus allowing them to make more money off their initial investment. Number 8. Invest in businesses that thrive in a recession. In addition to investing in what they typically invest in, the wealthy also target businesses that thrive throughout the recession. The sectors seeing an influx in revenue are typically e-commerce, food, health, entertainment, and transport. From having diversified their portfolio well, the wealthy protect themselves against low dips in the market. Furthermore, they are also setting themselves up to win big whenever things get back to normal, or when the value of those assets rise back up. Moreover, investing in startups that have potential or that are booming give you the opportunity to invest in innovation and to feel real ownership in the companies that you invest in. Number 9. Pay down previous debts. Interest rates tend to go down during a recession, as many governments take action to limit the downfall in the economy and stimulate its rise. Paying down debt during times when interest rates are lower allow you to pay a lesser amount than you would have paid if things were normal or if the interest rates were high. Paying off credit card debt as quickly as possible will save you money in interest, but also help keep your credit in good shape. Furthermore, you typically save the most money if you get rid of high interest debt as quickly as possible. The longer the interest accrues on a balance, the more you'll pay. Compound interest makes this even more of a challenge because it means you will pay interest charges on top of your existing accrued interest each month. Moreover, paying off your debt and becoming debt-free puts you in complete control of your money. Number 10. Acquire government bailouts. A bailout is the provision of financial help to a corporation or country which otherwise would be on the brink of failure or bankruptcy. Since the rich typically run companies that help keep the economy afloat by providing jobs to a vast majority of the population, the government feels entitled to provide their companies some financial help in case of emergency to keep them afloat. Bailouts can take the form of loans, cash, bonds, or stock purchases. A bailout may or may not require reimbursement and is often accompanied by greater government oversight and regulations. The reason for a bailout is to support an industry that may be affecting millions of people internationally and could be on the verge of bankruptcy due to prolonged financial crisis. In some cases, a bailout could be done for profit motives, such as when a new investor resurrects a floundering company by buying its shares at a fire sale prices, or for social objectives, such as when, hypothetically speaking, a wealthy philanthropist reinvents an unprofitable fast food company into a non-profit food distribution network. In conclusion, the impact a recession has on someone's life solely depends on his or her level of preparedness and the vehicles or tools he or she has implemented to survive through such time. Therefore, it's important that you study and implement some or all the strategies shown earlier to limit the damages that could occur from an economic recession. The end. Thank you.